Hi Libra, this is Venus Archangel here, and I could assure you by the different theme that this is going to be a totally different spread. And the reason for this is because I wanted to give you guys like some sort of energy to kind of enter the new year with. Okay, so really some good advice that could really help you manifest relationships, manifest the promotion in your job or a career. Help you in your life path. So I wanted to provide this reading or this week for the new year, so that way you guys can kind of, you guys can have some sort of idea of, what's the best, mindset to have throughout this year. Now, you guys can take it or leave it. It's really up to you guys. There's no right or wrong way to do anything. So if you don't like what I'm saying in this reading, you totally don't have to follow it. But the purpose of this is to really exercise your free will. The reading can't tell you how to live your life. The reading can just give you advice. So if you guys want to live your life a certain way, do that, and I'd highly encourage it. Even if you completely discard this reading, I would that just tells me that you guys are on the right paths because you guys are looking within yourselves for power and not the tarot. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull for your current state of being, and I'm going to pull as well for your oracle cards to kind of give you some more further advice. So it looks like here, guys, your current state of being is the Hangman. So stagnancy, things not moving or things not progressing, because there is a need to see something from a different perspective. There is something happening, or there's something that you're currently dealing with that needs to be seen from a totally different standpoint, from a totally different avenue. And this could be in regards to relationships, right? In regards to something trying to blossom in your relationship. You may need to see from the partner's point of view, or from a different perspective, and how you are being treated in your relationship to be able to overcome certain obstacles. So that way you can truly release those issues. And usually when the Hangman comes up, this talks about inner change, inner development. So whatever perspective you need, it has a lot to do with you internally. So there's something internally that you have to look at. And I know this is not the Hangman, but I'm really getting the sense that, either this is an external situation when it comes to relationships or your career. How you approach something may need to be seen at a different angle, so that way you know where you're kind of going at on all sides. And then as well as looking inward in yourself. How are you being perceived? What is going on? What do you need to see from within yourself? What different perspective do you need to have for yourself, about yourself, to be able to get yourself from off of this tree? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys a Whispers of the Oracle card here, to kind of give you some further advice. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. You guys have fork in the road. Oof, Libra, I understand these decisions, man. I swear, the universe loves giving you guys, giving us decisions, am I right? But, it's hard because, again, you guys like to look at all sides, and this is the very thing, right? The Hangman is indicating that you need to see something from a different perspective, but you're constantly in a fork in the road. So this year coming up, you may be finding yourself in a lot of situations where you're having to make a lot of decisions, and it's going to be kind of hard to make that decision because you're coming from one perspective. So right now, it may be the best thing right now is to try to see things from a different perspective, wait a little bit longer, try to figure out what the situation is. I think the fork in the road comes up often enough, to pretty much show you that this decision that you made has come from a perspective that is not working. So if you're constantly in a situation where you're making a decision about the same stuff, you may want to look at something from a different perspective to see what you may need to change about your decision, or maybe keep the same decision, right? But there needs to be a different reason for why you made that decision. I'm going to go ahead and pull for the fork in the road here. Why is the fork in the road here for Libra? Why is the fork in the road here for Libra? Oh, in regards to love. The Wheel of, not the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups for love, you guys. So, yeah, you guys have a fork in the road in regards to what you guys may want in regards to love. What your love is, right? Expressing yourself and knowing what's in your heart. So for a lot of you guys, look, there needs to be a different perspective on how you make decisions about what you feel, how you feel, what you do to handle how you feel. I feel like Libras, you guys may have a tendency to kind of shut things off, when things get a little serious, you kind of, or not serious, well, serious for you in regards to emotions, you try to logically kind of figure things out. You shut it all off and you kind of logically kind of move forward. That may not be the best idea to do. I think that's why the Hangman is here again, like I said. Maybe it's approaching it from a different angle, or doing something from a different doing something differently to get you out of the situation, to get you to make a decision about your love life that really truly works and not just kind of satiates the problem, because it doesn't fix it. Okay, so I feel like having to do with your cup when it comes to the Queen of Cups. I feel like this decision making has a lot to do with either who you offer your cup to, who you allow to take a sip of your cup, to know what's inside of your cup, and also to decisions about how you handle vulnerability, right? When you get vulnerable, when you feel vulnerable, what do you do? Do you do the same thing that you've done over and over again, or maybe do you let the emotions flow? Do you let the emotions kind of run through you and see where it leads? And let them just not take control of everything, but truly help you navigate why you're having those emotions, why you're feeling vulnerable, and really making the decision that's best based off of the research that you've done within yourself. That could be that situation as well. So Libra, looking at your emotions, it's a very big aspect right now in regards to this year. Okay, I'm also going to be pulling you guys the Whispers of Love for your love life, family life, and self-love. Now, it's just like an overall love reading. I don't see all those different types of situations or categories as different types of love. They're all the same, but I just wanted to categorize that for you guys. Up some cards here. Jeez. Okay. All right, you guys, you have choose love. Wow. You always have a choice as to what you should do. This is exactly what the wisdom of the oracle is trying to say. Making decisions about love, making decisions about how you handle love. Why you make decisions in the first place. Is it because of love, or is it because it's more logical, or you feel it that way? Doing something in a different perspective, or seeing something from a different perspective. Ooh, why does Libra have choose love? Oh, wow. Because of the 5 of Swords. Maybe you guys need to be a little bit more selfish in love. I know you guys have changed drastically. You guys are not the same Libras that are stereotyped nowadays. You're not the ones that are kind of lily-livered. I'm never saying that you haven't been. I'm not saying that you have been, but I am saying that you guys were willing to do things for other people because you love them, right? Or you wanted to avoid conflict more so than anything. Now, you guys are new Libras. You guys do not care. So when I see this, I feel like it's maybe choosing love, even if it doesn't feel, even though it maybe not, it's respecting yourself out of it. It may not kind of work out the best. Maybe the victory will feel empty, like it doesn't really, it hurts to do what you feel like you need to do. But at the same time, you are really being true to yourself. This is absolute honesty. This is truth. And it may be brutal on how it's done, but maybe this is talking about making the choice. The choice that needs to be made in love is because of a lot of selfishness. There's a lot of not focusing on yourself that's needed. Maybe to truly get what you want, you have to be more selfish. You have to look at your emotions. You have to really see yourself in the situation. Maybe that's what this situation is kind of indicating right now. Really focusing on yourself, really focusing on what it is that you look for in your love life, and not kind of always cater to some old ways of being, or maybe some situations that don't really play out in the way you like, because you're trying to avoid it, avoid something from happening. This fives are change, swords are all about truth. So there needs to be some sort of changing of your truth here. What is truly honest to you? What really stands out to you? And if you're in a constant battle with somebody, or a constant battle with yourself, even, it's probably because there is a new perspective that is needed here. Okay. All right, Libra. Hopefully this reading did help some. And hopefully, take it or leave it, guys. This is totally not 100%. You don't have to listen to what I have to say. But if you do find this helpful and it resonates, maybe this is urging you to, look at your emotions and make more decisions that are based off of how you feel, rather than feeling other people's energy, or logically yourself out and trying to go the logical way. Because if you just go the logical way, maybe this isn't working out, is constantly backfiring, right? The Five of Swords is all about truth and logic and things like that. It has nothing to do with your emotions. You don't feel good when you have the Five of Swords, because it talks about empty victory. It's just doing something because you know you have to, rather than how it feels. But maybe the reason why you have to choose love now is because you've done that work, you've done that, looking at yourself, taking care of yourself, standing up for yourself, and making sure you get what you want out of situations. And you haven't done that with love yet, because it makes you feel vulnerable. It makes you want to give more. It makes you feels more soft. So with all of this happening, that makes sense, right? So maybe it's time for you to choose love for selfish reasons now too. And I know maybe for some of you guys, I know even for myself, it's been a little bit difficult to want to even entertain love for a while, because you want to give so much, or you want to be able to, you want to be the selfish person in the relationship, but it's at the same time we need to be, at least to some degree. You know what I mean? Selfishness is not inconsiderate. It is not being inconsiderate. Being inconsiderate is just, thinking about you at all times, and not really, and not considering anyone else's emotions at all, not considering anyone else's feelings. But being selfish is considering your feelings and considering how you are in that moment, and being respectful to yourself. And doing that is respecting that other person, because if you don't do it, then you're giving that person more responsibility to handle it, right? You guys have figured that all out already. But Libra, if that is the case, right, it's time to probably figure out how to be more assertive and more, be, ruthless in regards to love, because you deserve that very thing. Is your truth? It is what it is. Okay, for some of you guys, maybe it's about not being so selfish and trying to, because you've already been selfish in love. Some Libras have actually, can be very selfish in love. So for some of you guys, this could be about not being so selfish in love and truly being more, maybe you guys have actually taken selfishness to a different level, to where it's inconsiderate now. You're not considering anyone else's things. You're just taking from other people, and you're not putting back the balance. So for some of you guys, it may be that you have to look at a different perspective on why your relationships don't work, why certain things don't happen, why you're still in a certain situation. Maybe it's because you're not giving enough, or you're not being selfish enough. You're not thinking about yourself. You're not considering yourself, and you're being inconsiderate to other people, and not giving in the relationship as you should. not just thinking and looking out for yourself, which you should at all times, but there's a certain level to it, right? There, if someone is giving you, asking you for something, or asking you, hey, I need more time to hang out with you or be with you, and I want to do that, and you're like, no, I have other things I have to do, then it's not being considered. It's you're being inconsiderate at that point, and you're not considering the other person's needs at all, while you expect them to consider your needs. So for some of the Libras out there, this could be the same thing. Are you giving enough in this situation? And then are you making sure you're thinking of yourself in the situation? It's very, it's very weird, but hopefully this makes a lot of sense. All right, Libras, I love you guys, and I will see you guys very soon. I love you guys very much. Bye-bye.